When you actually ended up leading the team in scoring over the last 58 games of the season, do you feel that it's something you can obviously continue?
I mean, yeah, we'd have to see. I'd like to think so. I think probably the big thing for me was once I started to feel a little more confident and started to get some points. I think it was more going into games almost expecting to get a point rather than just go out there and maybe play well. And yeah, I think just kept building confidence in the second half, and I guess that kind of led to production. But I think aside from production, I felt that I played a much stronger overall game.
You had a good off-season in terms of conditioning. I remember you came to camp, I guess, about 190. How did that hold up over the season? Is there anything you want to tweak this off-season?
Yeah, actually, all the other years that I've played, I would end up losing weight throughout training camp, and then just going through the season, it's kind of hard to keep it on. But throughout the whole year, I kind of kept my weight, so I was pretty happy with that, and I think give credit to our strength guys. They helped me out a lot, and I'm not really sure about any tweaks yet. I think probably address that by the time I go back home and start training again. But I think if I do a lot of the same things that I did last summer, I'll be in a good spot and hopefully keep improving physically.
When we talked to you recently, you mentioned the biggest thing for you was just trying to prove to the organization that you want to be a part of this future. You think that stretch down towards the end where you were getting the points, you were feeling more confident in yourself, kind of went a long way in that?
I think it could help for sure. Yeah, I think I'd still like to be a little more consistent. I think I felt like sometimes I'd play really well for 2 games and then maybe not contribute as much for another game or two. So I mean, it is a long season. I don't think you're going to be your best for 82 games, but I think just finding more consistency. But just in general, I think for me personally, compared to the first half of the year, I think I showed a lot more of what I can do the second half, and hopefully that helps me going forward.
Kind of as a follow-up to that, you were open with the fact that for long stretches of time, John Tortorella wanted more from you, maybe made it clear to us that he wasn't necessarily sold on you. Did you get the sense as the year came to a close that he was becoming more sold on you as a player and your place in the organization?
I don't know if I'm not sure if it was that was expressed to me directly, but I think I started to play more and get more opportunities. So if I'm looking at it that way, maybe, but I think he said it all along. He's still always evaluating, and I think every day when you come to the rink, whether it's practice or a game, you're trying to prove yourself, and that was kind of my mentality the whole year. Is right to the end, I was trying to prove myself and show what I can do, and I don't know if I talked to him as much kind of later in the year, so I'm not exactly sure where he stands in terms of me, but like I said before, I think just personally I was a lot happier with my second half than my first half, for sure.
In a situation where the coach isn't necessarily giving you evaluations or having constant communication with you, were there some guys maybe in the locker room who help direct you, give you confidence, and help you figure out your game?
I think there was a ton of guys. I can't say enough things about my teammates in terms of helping me and giving me confidence. Whether it was some of the younger guys that I'm closer with, or some of the older guys like Lottie and TK and those kind of guys. I think they always kind of believed in me and pushed me to be better. Maybe even when I didn't think that maybe I wasn't sure if I had it in me at some points. And yeah, like I said, I give a lot of credit to those guys. I think my teammates have been unbelievable with me, and yeah, I can't say enough good things about them.
Morgan, did you meet today with Danny Briere and Torts today, or?
I haven't yet. No.
Okay. You will later on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Morgan, you went through that stretch. I guess it was the end of October, part of November. You're playing only about 10 minutes a night, and there was also that time when you were scratched in Toronto. Was getting through that stretch, that's something that ultimately made you stronger as a player?
I would like to think so. Yeah, I think that first little bit was kind of tough for me. I kind of didn't feel like I was on towards his good side, and for good reason. I don't think I was playing very well on the ice. So I think just kind of going through that dip and battling through it, and kind of regaining my confidence was definitely big for me. And I think like you were talking about after that stretch, I kind of just tried to focus on not letting myself dip back into that. And there was definitely some motivating things some nights where maybe I wasn't playing as much as I would have liked to, or getting scratched for that game. I think that definitely motivated me. So I think it's good for every player to kind of go through that.
You talked a little bit earlier about just the season proving to the organization that you can be part of the future and be part of this rebuild, but how big was it to just improving to yourself that you can be a consistent NHL player on a nightly basis and kind of building confidence off of that heading into next season?
Well, that's probably the biggest thing for any, in my opinion, for any young player, is kind of proving it to yourself before you prove it to anyone. I think when you prove it to yourself and kind of find that mojo, I think that's when you can start, your game can really start to take off, and maybe that's when you start to, show the coaches and show the organization what you're capable of. So, I think, like I was talking about earlier, early in the season I was, maybe having some doubts with myself, and wasn't feeling too great about my game, and I think just kind of turning it around a little bit did a lot for me, and I felt kind of like a completely different player the second half. So
you just mentioned about turning around the second half. Is there a point you look back on and you say, that game or that week or that road trip, that was the turning point when it started to click for me?
I think if I had a little more time to think about it, maybe, but just played the last game yesterday. It's still all a little bit of a blur right now, so I'm not sure if there's a specific game, but I think we'll go with the halfway mark. That's the easiest way to put it.
How much, Morgan, did you raise the bar for yourself, in terms of proving you can deal with pressure in the biggest year of your life, as you mentioned? How much do you think you raised expectations?
I think, just on a personal level, I'm pretty proud of the way I handled things this year, and still I think I could have been a lot better and could have done a lot of things better. I think I still have a tremendous amount of room for improvement, but I think I did say it was the biggest year of my life, and I think I'm probably going to say that every year that I play in this league. So I just want to keep getting better and improving, and I think I can be a real difference maker going forward.
When we talked to Travis Sanheim just now, he talked a little bit about the game that he got scratched in Calgary. He said afterwards that he kind of just said that he wanted to go back to the rink and make sure he was having fun and had a smile on his face. I think talking to you back in November, you said that you're having fun no matter what. I guess how much has that helped, and who has kind of helped you keep it light, even though it might not always feel so light on the ice?
Yeah, well, we definitely have a couple characters on the team that make it easy to come to the rink and smile. And I think I've said it my whole career. I'm playing my best when I'm having fun and have a smile on my face. And there's obviously times to dial it in, and it's a super intense and high adrenaline game. So you're not always going to be, kind of laughing out there. But I think there's been a lot of guys that keep it light at the rink, and I think that's a big thing for me, is sometimes maybe when I do put too much pressure on myself and, maybe get mad at myself on the bench or whatever. I think that's something that I still need to work on, because, you don't want to show that to your teammates or the coaching staff. And, like I was talking about, I think when I'm having fun and, not putting so much pressure on myself and keeping things light, I think that's when I play my best. So try and do that more often going forward.
Rocky Thompson was talking, it was early in the season, that one of the keys he felt to you breaking through was using your legs and using your speed. It looked like as the season went along, especially in the second half, you were just doing it much more consistently. and particularly getting in the forecheck and making a play. The goal that Joel scored the other day against Columbus being an example. Get in forecheck, win the battle, make a play. As it goes along in the season, was it more instinctual, or just less thinking about it and more just doing it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, still sometimes when I watch my games back, I know in the moment when I'm on the ice, I feel like I'm moving my feet, and then I watch it, and you know, I'm kind of standing still. So that's always been a point of emphasis for me. I think when I'm moving my feet, I'm playing my best, and you know, in terms of the forecheck, I think I could still do a much better job of that. I don't think I'm ever going to be the most physical guy. I'm not going to be taking guys out. You guys have all seen me play enough to know that. But I think when I'm moving my feet and trying to, a lot of it I think is trying to get to the puck first versus, you know, kind of letting them get to it and then you know, trying to take it off them. But yeah, and I think I did a better job of that, and you know, going forward, that's still going to be a huge thing for me, is improving on that, and you know, moving your feet as much as you can, but also being in the right position.
In the second half of the season, as you said, organization really pushed you and some of the other young guys into more important roles, and now they've made a statement to say they're in a rebuild. For you and those other young guys you're close with, how do you look at your role in this and look at that focus of the organization moving forward?
I mean, I can't speak for all the young guys, but I think you know, we all believe in each other, and you know, yeah, we were given a lot of opportunity there in the second half, and you know, obviously thankful for that. I think you know, we did earn it, but I think, you know, that's the way the organization is going. So helped us, and I think we have a lot of confidence in each other, and you know, we want to kind of turn this around as quick as possible. So I think we'll all have a good summer, get better, and then you know, keep improving next year, and hopefully prove some people wrong.
Okay, thanks, Morgan.
All right.
Thanks, Morgan.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.